It's 5 in the morning and I'm on the way to Luton Airport to go on a solo car spotting trip in Monaco. Unfortunately, I can only get on the private jet from Luton Airport. Okay, fine, I'm on EasyJet. But I did have a whole row to myself, so I mean, it's kind of the same thing. We took off in the sunrise, overlooking the lovely scenes of Luton, and just like that, I'm on a coach on the way into Monaco. And even on the way into Monaco, you will see a few cars. I promise you there's an F40 in this clip somewhere. This video is going to be a bit all over the place because I kept forgetting to film little filler clips in between seeing cars, but I did try my hardest, so bear with me. As soon as I arrived, I dropped my bags in the hotel and I headed straight into Casino Square, where I was greeted by these two. You don't just come to Monaco for car spotting, you come for dog spotting as well, and I did plenty of that. I then headed into the car park underneath Casino Square and I was greeted by all of these cars under covers. But I did see this RS6 GT and then this GT3 RS, which I believe, and I've been told, is owned by GMK. A Huracan Storata entered the car park as I was leaving, and I did film this because it's December in Monaco, so I didn't know if there was going to be good stuff or not really. I then jumped to the Twizy, as it's a lot more efficient in Monaco than walking, and if you don't know what these are, I'll explain about these in a future video because they are a godsend when you just don't want to walk. And then on my Twizy travels, I randomly came across this Ital Design Zero Uno, and I might have butchered that pronunciation. I believe there was about 5 of these ever made, so it's pretty special to see one randomly parked up in Monaco. I then continued on my travels in the Twizy, headed to the hotel to check in, and look at the view from the balcony at this place. This is why I booked this hotel. I then did a bit of car spotting from the balcony, had a nap, and suddenly it's now the evening. I went off on foot spotting and I came across, very randomly, this SF90XX. And I honestly think blacked out like this car looks really, really good. I then must have just missed it starting up as it drove past me a couple of minutes later. I then hopped back in the Twizy as I thought I was going to do some car park spotting, and I took the windows out this time because it got way too hot in there before with the windows on. No surprise, at the first car park I obviously decided to go to. Literally all I want is to see this fucking car move. Like, is that too much to ask? I then headed to another car park where I was pleasantly surprised by this 812 comp.
Oh, hello. Is here, lads.
The SF90XX I've seen a couple of times before, but the spec on this 812 comp is actually so good. And I do believe this was actually out driving with a matching spec SP3 about an hour before I got into Monaco today. I then left this car park and decided to head over to where I can park up the Twizy for the night and I can head off to bed because I was exhausted by this point. It was about 1 AM. But I will upload part 2 to this in a few days, so stay around for that. And if you want to see more of these vlogs, let me know in the comments.